Ask yourself, could a dog explain mathematics or physics? What about coming up with a basic moral argument for liberty and justice, like John Locke? Or do something as simple as counting to 10 with its tongue, with full comprehension of what it's doing? I'm assuming you said no to all of these things, and I raise the question if a human being trying to explain the complex nature of God is any different. When it comes to religion/spirituality, many new discoveries bring new challenges. One of the biggest challenges I and many others face when it comes to the belief of an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent God, also known as a 3O God, is the many holes that come about. These holes include the paradox of the stone that challenges God's omnipotence, natural disaster and atrocities that plague mankind challenge God's omniscience, and how God transcends space and time challenges his omnipresence. My analogy of the dog, which I'll unpack shortly, may make those who ask or ponder these questions wonder if they are even pointed in the right direction, and if a more esoteric approach may be the right mindset to take when asking such questions. I also like to use the existence and experiences of psychedelics to display how far human cognition can be pushed and at what point it falls off a cliff. Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm a university student studying philosophy, political science, and public service, and these are the kinds of questions that keep me up at night. If you're someone who thinks seriously about religion, consciousness, or the limits of human understanding, I think you'll find this video worth your time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you want more content like this, a like and a subscribe goes a long way. Now, on to the video. How far can human cognition be pushed? Well, if we look at the IQ of humans, it sits on a bell curve. The average person sits at the peak, about 90 to 100, and it dips down on both ends for higher and low IQs. Although IQ is really just a measure of pattern recognition and not actual intelligence, we can still use it to measure a ceiling to cognition. Humankind itself holds many great thinkers. People like Einstein reshaped our understanding of space and time, things that transcend our reality and physical dimension. Plato set the standard for modern-day philosophy and social thinkers. Scientists even competed and were successful in the Apollo missions that put the first man on the moon. Our current society, innovators, and entrepreneurs are also pushing limitations farther than ever, with things like artificial intelligence and even universal space conquest. And maybe we're in the right place in time to go over this subject of transcending human capabilities.
The mushroom said to me once, it said, "This is what it's like when a species prepares to depart for the stars. You don't depart for the stars under calm and orderly conditions. It's a fire in a madhouse."
That was ethnobotanist, philosopher, and Stone Age hypothesis thinker Terence McKenna talking about his experience with psilocybin mushrooms and how they showed him things he could have never thought of or experienced before. And he didn't stop there.
DMT is the strongest hallucinogen there is. If it's possible to get more loaded than that, I don't want to know about it. And I say so when I'm there. I say, my God, if you can get more loaded than this, keep it away from me. So that's it. It's the strongest.
That was him talking about the real drop-off in cognition, DMT, and hyperspace, an incomprehensible world outside of our comprehension, only ever reached by high amounts of heavy hallucinogenic substances and what McKenna calls death by astonishment. A reach so high in cognition that literacy breaks down and throws to the dust foundational principles of human understanding. Things like sacred geometry, entities, and other forms of hyperspace realm are not literally as described, but carefully worded descriptions of things that cannot even be described in the human language. These are not just experiences of one man either, or from a group of hippies. There is real academic backing to them as well. Johns Hopkins University has a psilocybin research lab that opened up in 2019. Many research participants that took psilocybin consistently reported transcending time and space or engaging in things otherworldly or outside of reality. Scientists deem these trips as mystical experiences. Although these descriptions of trips may be modern, the experiences of these substances and breaks in cognition have been found in history and cultures for thousands of years. Albert Hofmann, the Swiss scientist known for first synthesizing LSD through the ergot fungus, theorized about Greek religious ceremonies where individuals would drink a hallucinogenic substance called kykeon. One of the people who is said to have participated in one of these ceremonies include the Hellenistic philosopher Plato. Aldous Huxley, in The Doors of Perception, it is argued that the brain is like a tuning valve that lets in only certain amounts of reality to keep us functional. The psychedelic experience breaks that valve right open. So our brain does have some sort of limit, and there are things that are not only unexplainable, but downright impossible to understand. Now we come back to the question, can a dog explain mathematics? And could a human explain hyperspace or sacred geometry? How do these two questions prove that we are thinking of God in the wrong way? Well, a dog could tell you it's hungry or scared through body language and barks, but at the end of the day, they're just barks. But a dog could not explain physics because it neither has the brain nor the tongue to explain equations. A human can explain mathematics, but it cannot explain hyperspace because we neither have the tongue nor brain to do so. We can only really bark. So, just how a dog barks is a way of the animal putting a spin on what can make a human give it food, our language and mind is just a spin on putting God's omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence into a way that we can physically comprehend. But God is leagues above us in thought, just how a human is leagues above a dog in thought. So, trying to rationalize God can create a rock so heavy that he can't lift, but since he's so powerful he can lift, or why is an all good God allowing death and atrocity, or how can God live outside of space, is just not the right way to go. We can't rationalize it that way. We cannot use human rationale for these concepts, but we can try to put ourselves in the shoes of something more higher and more esoteric. In the day that humans could explain the nature of God or esoteric spirituality in general, it would be the equivalent to your dog pulling up a chair and explaining your math homework.
You ain't living right.
Many may say that we can't use drugs to explain something as complex, or what a person sees on a trip is merely a dysfunction in the brain. There is a scientific explanation for this experience. Psychedelics interact in the brain by entering serotonin receptors and engaging with them like keys, inducing otherworldly effects and experiences. But this furthers my argument even more, as the brain on psychedelics is more active, yet irregular, than when not on anything, proving that there is a limit in cognition in everyday life, and these substances are keys to push it even further. So, these aren't just substances that mess with your brain, they are real mind-breaking experiences that scientists and philosophers still really can't explain. So I'd like to end the video off by asking this. Are there any questions we can ask right now that go outside the bounds of human cognition that could help explain esoteric knowledge and the fundamental truths of God? Or do we simply need to hold faith that things are exactly how they need to be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.